Back at the bins today. It's pretty quiet right now this morning. So I'm hoping we can find some decent stuff. I need to get some inventory. I'm actually really low right now. And this is a good place to do it for cheap. So hopefully we'll find some good stuff. I'm looking for more of the hard goods, but I always say that and then I end up with a bunch of clothes. But either way, as long as I have some sellable items, that's what we're looking for today. Found this outfit. Extreme. These are pretty good. Yeah, I think I can clean that out. It's kind of hard to tell. This lighting's so bad in here, but this could be a good piece, along with that other Kansas State. This one. Wow. This. Oh, that's a nut put back. I think this was a pretty good pair of sweats here. Yeah. But, these Nike shimmer shorts. In the U.S. All right, we're winding down. We've been going through all this stuff. We got some stuff to put back over here. Got a few things we're going to take with us, and some bags of clothes, shoes, and stuff like that. A few random things, quite a bit of clothes. But overall, it's been slim pickings today. It's a lot of bread and butter over here today. So we'll see what we got when we get home, though. All right, so this is the pile of mess that we got besides the cart that we bring. We'll have to go through everything, of course, at the end of the video, but got a lot of random stuff, a couple bags of clothes. So we got a vintage tackle box, and then electronics in here. So it was a tough day. Still, quantity wise, probably we're thinking around 40 items, but you know, we'll have to count it all up at the end, but 40 wouldn't be too bad. I did pay, what was it, 90 something. Let's see. Did pay $93 with the roundup. So not awful, but a couple of the heavier items, that Sony radio back here, buried back there, they charged $8. And this box they charged $8, so that probably wasn't very good, because I probably can only get I saw one of these selling for around 45-50 bucks. So if that's the case, I'll be all right, but hopefully I won't be cutting the margin too much below that. Anyway, we're really hungry. We need to go grab some food, so we're gonna get going, and I'll count this all up and show everybody what we got as a whole when I get home. See you then. All right, so back from the bins. Went yesterday with my son, and although didn't get a lot of footage with the two of us together, we just kind of went and did our things, tried to get in and out as quick as possible, and actually turned out to be a pretty long day down there. We went through many rotations of the bins. If you don't know what the bins are, they are these giant blue carts basically loaded full of goods that come in and out. And when you get items at the Goodwill Outlet, you pay by the pound. And at this particular store we go to, it's $1.99 a pound. And you know, they do have some overweight charges for certain things that are, you know, when they're just oversized or whatever, they charge you like a flat rate on them. And I did get charged on a couple things, which kind of was a real bummer because some of them really probably weren't worth what they charged me, and I should have thought that through a little bit better. But either way, I think I still have a pretty good profit margin on them. But let me show you what we did find. And again, you have to understand, when the mindset is when we go down to the bends, spend time at the outlet store, we look for things that are just anything that looks like it has a little bit of value that we can turn around and flip on the store, on my eBay, Poshmark, and then Depop stores. And you know, it isn't stuff that I seek out at the retail stores necessarily, but it's stuff I just, when we find it, you never know what you're going to come across. If it has a little bit of value, we normally grab it and just take it home with us. But let's go ahead and go over everything. We'll start with the clothes. And it was tough. It was pretty tough to find stuff. And as the day progressed, more and more people got there. It was harder to get in and out of the bins. On the hard goods side, it was really hard to get in and out. It just, like, it was a mad rush of people. And I don't like doing the elbow to elbow stuff. It drives me crazy. I'll usually try to get in there, but I'll usually just keep circling around until I can get, you know, a little more space to work with. And unfortunately, because of that, I probably lose some good stuff to everybody else. But that's just how I like to operate. My son and I are just not that aggressive where we fight people to try to get stuff. But anyway, on the clothes, let's go over that real quick. And I did spend $93. I think I showed you this earlier on the video, but $93 was the total. And breaking it down, there was 52 items that we counted. So 52 items total, and that brought the buy cost down to $1.78 per item. So that's really good, and that's why I come to these places. Is, you know, I try to look for that low buy cost, and you know, get as many items as I can to keep pushing through my store. Ultimately, this may not be the way I run my store long term, but for now it works. We do like, you know, we do like going down there and never knowing what we're going to find. And a lot of the stuff we find, we actually, some stuff we keep for ourselves too. So you just never know what you're going to find. But anyway, I quit rambling on. Let's start off with the first item here is a University of Florida, and it's a pink collaboration. So it has the Victoria's Secret's pink dog on there. It also has it on the hood here, which is pretty cool, actually. It's a small size hoodie, but it's white, and I had to look it over really carefully. It looks like it's good shape. You never know until you really put it under some really good lights, but I'm hoping that it's going to be right where I want to be, um, you know, to go ahead and get that listed. Next up, I have a Eddie Bauer Weather. This is the Weather Edge, and nice women's jacket. Not too bad. I don't know what it's worth. I'll have to do a little research, but you know, hopefully it'll have a little bit of value there. Next, I have a Polo Ralph Lauren long sleeve. There's the, I think you can see that. Nothing, you know, nothing out of the, you know, nothing to blow you away, but probably a good $15 to $20 shirt. I found several of these pink items down here. Now, again, I don't normally buy pink stuff, but this one, these down there, quite a few of them, and it had the turtleneck kind of like thing on here, and the logo on the front, and the logo on the sleeve, down the sleeve. So I always sell pink stuff, and I normally get usually between like $10 and $25. So something like this will probably get like closer to 15, I'm thinking. Next, I got these Hollister sweatpants. It's got the big hit down the leg, drawstring, smaller size, but because of that big logo, I think it'll do okay. Then I got these, what are these? These are Link Sole. Not the best brand again, but these are just shorts, Link Sole Performance, kind of like golf shorts. Probably not a lot there. Here's another pink, just a hoodie. And it's got the hit on the top here with the little check pattern on there. But what's kind of unique about this one, it has the buttons all down the sleeves. I thought that was pretty cool. I've never found one like that yet, with the button all the way down the sleeve. Kind of cool. All right, and then got these Eddie Bauer. These are just Eddie Bauer high-rise straight jeans. Nothing fancy. Probably 12 to 15 bucks. These ones are pretty cool. I had this earlier in the video, but these Nike, vintage Nike, they're made in the U.S. Made in the U.S. Shimmer, the shimmer shorts. They have the little swoosh down on the bottom there. Pretty good shape. I noticed there's a little hole, a little bit, but you know, if I go ahead and use some keywords like shimmer and, you know, I don't know, shiny silk, I don't know, whatever, find some good keywords. Hopefully they'll sell. I know some of the vintage Nike stuff can do pretty good. Then I found these. I was kind of hesitant on these, but these are Arctics, and they're the snow pants, brand new with tags. And you know, I really didn't, because I'll probably be sitting on these a while now, unfortunately. But looking at some comps, they actually sell for about 30 bucks. So, you know, didn't weigh much, so I went ahead and grabbed them. Next, I've got these Athleta, and these are a 1X size, just like jogger sweatpants, women's. It's got the long baggy, kind of the baggy wide leg, kind of interesting. And it's a bigger size, so I think that could do pretty well. Something like that's probably, you know, gets closer to 20 bucks, so that's all right. Then I got another Hollister piece, just another pair of sweats. Nothing great, but you know, some of these brands, I keep seeing other resellers finding these brands. They're coming back. Abercrombie, Hollister, I don't know. Anyway, I'll try it. Next, I got these Lucky brand. Just some black jeans. These are smaller size, but just nothing fancy, but Lucky's usually decent. And here's a pair, Abercrombie and Fitch, just some straight leg, small size again, but they're the Curve Love. Let's see what I can get for those. Then I found these really small size with these Ariat, the Real Denim, women's, really small size, but decent condition. So I'm not sure. Usually that brand can bring a decent amount in. All right, so that was it, I think, for the clothes. Actually, no, wait, hang on. I hung up some stuff. This was a Nike Purdue Boilermakers down the side there, down the sleeve. I love selling Nike sports branded stuff. Right now, Purdue, of course, went far in the March Madness tournament, so really popular right now. Next was a really nice piece too. This is a Kansas State Nike, like the vintage kind of tag there, and it's got the nice hit on the back. It's vented and it's full zip. So this is a nice piece right here. Really good condition. Probably, I don't know. I'm going to see what I can get, but hopefully around 30 bucks for that. And then same thing here, another Kansas State center swoosh, embroidered pullover with pockets. And it also has like a triple vent with the Wildcats on the bottom. Really nice piece and good size. So again, I don't know what I can get from them. I'm going to press it and see what hopefully I can get up around 30, 35 bucks for those. So I think that was the close. Now, I only got one pair of shoes, and I kind of hesitated on these two, but these are little UGG shoes, and they're small size. They're, you know, of course, a youth. I don't know what size they are, like a 4 or something like that. But they, you know, they're like really, really nice condition on the bottom. Just a little bit of scuff wear on the top, but not bad. And you know, genuine UGG boots they're pretty expensive to buy. So I know I should be able to get a decent value on them. And those actually might even sell like this time of year too. I don't know. We'll see. I got quite a few hats. Got this little North Face bucket hat, and it's like a youth. It's like a reversible one too. A little bucket hat, pretty cool. Got the little logo on it and on the front on there like that. I don't know. We'll see what I can get for that. Got this pretty nice Notre Dame Adidas hat. And last time at the Benz, I got an Adidas hat. It sold real quick, and I think I got 15 for it. So, you know, we'll see what I can get for this one. Notre Dame stuff always sells. Any of the college stuff does usually pretty good, but Notre Dame especially. And then this one here is like it's the it's a minor league Pelicans, and I think it's like one of the in Florida, one of the, I don't know what, I can't remember which one it was. We looked it up. It's like a minor league, but there's Pelicans on the back logo. So I thought I'd try it. You know, I saw a couple comps for this around $10 to $15, and thought I'd give it a shot. Then I got a couple palm hats. I got this Chargers, the Los Angeles Chargers, and pretty good condition. It looks like new era. And then got this. I don't know why this was in there, but it's a REI, like a neck gaiter. I don't know if I should have got it, but it doesn't weigh anything. Here's another pink item, Victoria's Secret's pink palm hat. And some of this, again, I may have to sit on a little bit, but, you know, now that we're a little out of the season, but you never know. People still buy this stuff. All right, and then here's a Brixton hat. Pretty good shape. May need a little bit of cleanup, but not too bad. This Ford hat, trucker hat, and this youth Chicago White Sox hat. We're getting ready in the baseball season. I don't know. I don't like usually to get the used stuff, but it looks like it's really pretty much brand new with the stickers and everything on it. And then last is this Columbia. I guess it's like a Omni shade. I think it's what they call them. But a Columbia, bucket hat, or what do you call these? Like safari hat? I don't know. And I've actually sold two of these recently. One was from the last Benz, and I got like 15 or 18 for it, so not bad. And then this picked up this backpack. This is Timbuktu is the brand, but it has an embroidery on here from a company, some kind of health thing, Sidecar Health. But it is brand new with tags, and so I thought, maybe somebody won't mind the embroidery. Maybe they'll remove it. But it being brand new and a good brand on the backpack, good quality. I don't know. We'll see what I can get for that. All right, and for the electronics, hang on, let me grab that. There was quite a few things here. First up is this keyboard, and I don't even know. This is a Logitech G510S. My son found it, and he said it had some good comps. So he thought maybe around $40 or something like that for it. So we'll test it out, clean it up, make sure it works. And 40 would be amazing if I can get that. Then next was this vintage tackle box. My Bop It game's going crazy over here. This vintage tackle box, and this is a pretty nice box. It has a little bit of a spring in the. I got to fix the hinge on it. Oh, looks like it kind of got stuck or something. There we go. And this is a Cape Cod Deluxe box, but it's really nice shape for a fishing box. Normally they have all kinds of junk in them and dirty. This thing looks like it was really never used. It just has a little bit of a spring or like a catch to it when you close it, but it's in really nice shape. I like to sell, I have sold a lot of vintage tackle boxes, and this one I looked it up. I found a comp for around, it was $50 with free shipping. So to ship this is probably going to cost like 10 to 12 bucks. But you know, and they did charge me on the overrate charge for $8. So that squeezes my margin a little bit, but hopefully I can still get around 40, 50 bucks for it. That won't be too bad. All right. And I got this Motorola walkie-talkie with the charge station. I like selling Motorola. They always sell for me. I don't know about this particular model, but they always seem to sell for me no matter what. And with the charger, it does seem to work. I already charged it up, so should be all right. You probably heard the Bop It game going off in the background, but I got 2 Bop It games. This is just the white one, and it needs to be cleaned. It's kind of has a sticky residue on it, so it needs a little bit of work on it. But these Bop It games always sell for me, and I have an even better one. I got the white one does pretty good, the regular one, but this other one is the Extreme. This is the black one like that, and the Bop It Extreme. It does really well. Last time I got one, I sold it the next day, and I sold it for 35 bucks. The white one, I think I can get in the 25 range, something like that. But either way, they generally sell really fast and for decent money. So just remember that if you're looking around. People just discard these things like they're nothing. Matter of fact, in the bins, I didn't even see it, but I heard it. Somebody hit it, and it was playing the Bop It noise. So I kept looking until I found it, and luckily I got it before anybody else did. And then next, my son found this Sony radio, and it's a CD cassette player. And he looked this up, and it does have about a $40 to $50 value with a good sell-through on it. And I always seem to sell these Sony radios. Now, obviously, this one's really dirty, and I have to fully test it. But he did put a tape in it, and he put a CD in it from the bands that were down there, and it appears as though it works. So, you know, again, we'll have to clean it, test it, and then you have to always account for the shipping on these things. And I always really pack them good. I bubble wrap them. I usually put foam or styrofoam or whatever around them. Make sure they make it there in one piece safely. So this will have to account for quite a bit of shipping on it. But, you know, again, everyone I've had, I've sold every single Sony player, especially with the cassette on it, if it works. So I'm not too worried about it. They did charge me $8 on that. So, you know, that does squeeze the margin a little bit again, but I still think, you know, if I can get 50 for it, I should be fine. All right, next up, I got this an electric blanket controller. I believe it's electric blanket. This one's a Bidford Auto, just a Bidford controller for the blanket. Matter of fact, I just sold one of these today. I think it was this morning or yesterday, one or the other, that I got at the last bands. And these will get normally get around 25 bucks, especially if you find one with a good sell-through. This one has a good sell-through on it from what my son found. So, you know, if I can get around 20, 25, that works good. Now for radios, you know, I told you about the Motorola, but we also found a Cobra, the Cobra charger. Now I don't know what this is worth, but a lot of times people buy these bases when they need them. They get, you know, damaged or misplaced, and sometimes those bases can get like 15 bucks or more, something like that. And I don't know why this was in it, but this is like a Bauer hockey youth neck, I believe, a neck pad, or what do you call it, protection or pads or whatever. And it says it's a large, extra large, so I don't know. But anyway, you know, it weighs nothing, so I thought I'd give it a try. Usually Bauer stuff I found does pretty good, so I don't know. Next is this. This is just a Homedics just a massager, vibrating massager thing, and I tested it down at the bands. It does work. Actually worked really well. I don't know what the value is on it. I actually didn't even look it up, but you know, I figure it doesn't weigh much, and if I can get like 20, 25 bucks for it. Now I did get a lot of glass cases. I like to sell, I find a lot of glasses, and I sell frames down there. But I also sell these cases, and this is a Nike. It's got the Nike right there. You can see it. Just a hard shell case, and these always sell. They don't get you a lot of money, but it doesn't weigh anything. And if you can get $10 to $15 for them, it's pretty easy money, easy to ship. Here's another one. I got two of these. These are Oakley, the Oakley hard cases like that, and they also have the logo inside. You probably can't even see that, but I found two of these, two of the Oakley ones. I don't know. I think I've sold these before, and they get, again, around between $10 and $15. And then I also have a Ray-Ban case, and these don't get you very much, but sometimes I just save them. And if I can find a pair of Ray-Bans that are decent, I'll stick them in here and sell it together. Get a little bit more value that way. And then this is a AccuCheck, just like a blood tester, or what do you call it? Like, I guess, yeah, you just test your blood. I don't know, AccuCheck, where you put the strips in there and you can test your blood sugar and, whatever. And it looks like it's really in good shape. And these can be pretty expensive to buy. I think when I looked it up, it's got like, I think it's around $30 or something like that. So not bad. I got some other glasses. This is just a case that I put these in, but these, I got a couple different reading glasses. These are Morel, and they're made in France. So I really don't know much about this one. I could tell it was good quality, so I just grabbed it. And then we have a pair of, these are Nike sunglasses. They're pretty, the lenses are pretty shot, it looks like, so I'll just sell them for the frames only. And you'll be surprised what you can get for some of these just frames. And same thing here, got a Ralph Lauren. I don't know if you could see that, but I've sold these types of frames before. The lenses are totally scratched. And then this case, kind of an interesting flamingo case. I don't know if it's, I doubt it's worth anything, but I threw these glasses in there. And these are also, I can't remember what these were exactly, but we looked them up, and they appear to have some value, but I can't, even without my glasses or some kind of fine, I can't read what it is, what brand it is, but they look like a decent quality. So thought I'd try it, just see, if I can get $20 for some of these, just easy money for something that doesn't weigh hardly anything. Oh, and then one last item, and there was this holster, and it's just a pistol holster in Velcro. I might keep this for myself, see if it works for my 9mm. If not, I could probably sell it. It doesn't look like it's branded, but all right. Anyway, I think that's everything I got, and it was a good trip down there. But I think I might start, now that we're heading into garage sale seasons. My focus is going to be more on garage sales right now. I think I'm going to look to try to get that, and I also want to go to the flea markets here in the area and start looking there. It's a little bit of a drive for me to get to, but I think the flea market actually may give me an opportunity to find some good stuff. The bins, I enjoy the bins when it's not too busy, but when it gets a lot of people down there and everybody's elbow to elbow, I just don't. That's just not my thing. And but I did get, as I said, 52 items for basically $1.78 each on the buy cost. So that's still really cheap for stuff. And all this stuff, I normally make a good amount of profit on everything. I'm already well in the profit from the haul that I did 2 weeks ago. Well in the profit on that one. So, I'm not too worried about it. It just gives me a lot of inventory to move. But thanks for sticking with us today. That was a good trip, and we'll see you again, hopefully soon on the next video. Take care.